Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is a requested video by you about tea. You know, I drink a lot of tea. I used to drink tea when I record. You have asked me what teas do I drink. If you don't drink tea yet, you might get inspired. And yeah, if you already drinking tea, you might get new advice on what kind of teas to drink. And you can also advise me, of course, of teas I have not mentioned or will not mention in this video. So, first of all, I just want to say that books and teas are obviously connected, book reading and tea, but also the stories of books. In the books, we can take Lord of the Rings. There's a lot of tea there, actually, also beer, but this is not for beer. And it's also in Malazan Book of the Fawn, there is a lot of tea drinking. For example, Narnia, of course, I think they drink tea there with some of with the fawn, right? I think he gives them Lucy and all the other kids there, gives them tea to drink. And tea is also a large part of mythology, especially the Chinese mythology, for example. It said that sages looked for elixirs to create eternal life, for example. You also have that in Japan, of course. You have gods who drink tea as well. Tea is everywhere, and tea, especially the leaves, are believed to have a spiritual power, you could say. Whether you believe that or not, it's up to you. It makes up a great story within fantasy. When it comes to sci-fi, I'm not so sure about tea drinking. You can help me there. Actually, when I'm reading Rukio, it's more they are drinking wine, but Rukio is the Sun Eater series. So let me show you some teas here. And the first one I would like to show you is that this is Hojicha. Looks like this. Almost looks like the bark, the surface on the trees, if my English was incorrect. You can probably see it looks very natural. This tea is brewed in it's Japanese, and it's brewed in for me 70 to 80 degrees. Now this is Celsius. You have to translate to Fahrenheit. So and so 100 degrees is boiling water, of course. So you can maybe guess what it which is in Fahrenheit. 80 to 90 degrees, 70 to 80. It depends. Actually, if you go to at least a cafe here in Sweden or a restaurant, you usually get everything in boiled water. So that's not the way to drink tea. Every tea has its own temperature, and actually, as a tea barista, you could call it, or a tea master. I'm not a tea master, but if you are, you know which temperature to brew the teas in, and you can create different kinds of flavors. So this is Hojicha, and it has this. It feels like tree actually, like wood when you drink it. I also have green tea here. Green tea is special because green tea is doesn't look so green. Yeah, actually, a little bit of green. It's can be brewed all the way down to 60 degrees. Uh, and green tea is great because you don't need to feel stressed about the temperature, because actually the lower it gets, the better it gets. This is a Earl Grey Sencha. I brought this and bought it as well because this is, I mean, many people have heard of Earl Grey. I think it's bergamot. It's a special kind of oil, bergamot oil, that you have in the tea. And sencha is a famous Japanese tea that you can buy, without any Earl Grey in it. Sencha is very, very good. It's very healthy. Hojicha as well, and it's really nice to have because you can drink it for a very long time, and you don't, as I said, need to worry about the water temperature. Especially that's good when you are reading a book, right? I also have a oolong tea, and this is actually Nepali, Nep from Nepal, oolong tea, Himalayan bouquet, it's called. And this is very nice. It's more of a black tea flavor. Oolong can be uh, light or almost green in flavor, and they can be darker like this one. And there is especially one tea very famous. I don't have it here, called Che Guan Ying, famously translated, if it's right, I don't know, like the Buddha tea. So there you have a spiritual connection to the tea. And this tea looks like this when it's brewed. So let's see if you can see this. Yeah, you can. Almost pouring out. I should fill the cup with more tea, and then you can see. So if you drink tea, tell me what teas do you drink, and maybe we can share, good teas. Now I think you can see it. Yes, you see the color here, almost yellowish. So there are green teas, black teas, yellow teas as well. My favorite though is something called pu'er tea, and I have that one here. First of all, this is pu'er tea. Pu'er tea is stored tea. It comes in a like cake, tea cake. Looks like this. See, I have to clean later in this room. And this has been stored for many years. Especially, I mean, the main thing is that are usually leaves from old trees. Whether it's that or not, we don't know. It's a salesman trick. I will read a bit about the purity because I think that's interesting from a fantasy point of view and mythological point of view and spiritual point of view. Pu'er tea is a unique tea that comes from the Yunnan province in China. It's known for its deep earthly flavor, and it has a history of 2,000 years from southwestern China, where Yunnan is situated. There's a lot of mythology around this tea, both when it comes to brewing techniques, but also when it comes to uh, the leaves itself and the trees, which are very old. There are different kind of pu'er. That was a Sheng pu'er. It's kind of raw pu'er, more greenish tea, and then you have something called Shu pu'er. That is more of a darker pu'er, more earthly flavor. Actually, I was a few years outside walking in the forest, and I thought it was smelling tea, but it was actually rainy that day, so it was the soil who smelled tea. That's how pu'er tea smells like and tastes a little bit like, and it's actually very good, even though it might sound a bit strange if you're not used to it. And these leaves for the pu'er tea, they become very big, so they look like this. But when you boil water, they will double or triple its size, and they will become green leaves. So I think you should try that out. Many of my viewers are in Canada and United States, and I imagine it's very easy to find good tea stores where you are. Tell me if I'm wrong, but there should be more specialized tea shops than there is in Sweden, for example. What can I say more? I can say that having great material for when you brew tea, I think that enhances the experience of having a peaceful meditative moment together with your book, or maybe only with your friends. Of course, there is a special tea ritual connected to especially Japanese and Chinese tea. This is um, the cup I'm using for the to pour tea. Everything is small. This Chinese, and then everything is small in Japanese. And there's a lot of symbolism. I'm not sure about it. A lot of Zen Buddhism. Zen. I mean, Zen is when I watch things from the U.S. especially. I think everyone is saying things are Zen, so that should be common to you and maybe for you from Europe or India or other parts of Asia. Zen is, everything is peaceful, and so a lot of these motifs are Zen, you could say. And then you have like, I think it's the name of the one who's done this, but I might be wrong. Maybe you know if you can read. I think it's Chinese, might be Japanese too. And of course, you can brew tea in clay or in porcelain and or in actually glass as well. But this is clay. It's Yi Ching clay pot, and you of course put the tea in here, and this is made in, it's this is really excellent done, of course. You can find these Yixing pots for a lot of money, and there are also cheaper ones. You don't need to buy the most expensive, of course. I suppose that's extremely expensive, but you can go for medium price or maybe entry price if you just want to try it. These pots, they breathe, so the clay is made in different layers, and I can guarantee you for sure that tea in this one smells and tastes very, very differently from if you have a ordinary brewing pot, maybe you have at home, or a brewing bowl. You can put tea in. I don't advise you to do that. Don't use tea bags, or don't use these tea, some metallic where you can put tea inside. Don't use them because the leaves will grow. You can't make good tea. You have to have this kind of clay pot, or you also have something called Gaiwan, which actually looks like this, but with a lid. It's porcelain. I'm unsure about the English name. We have time, so I will just check the name for you so you get it proper. And in English, yeah, it's porcelain actually, so I was right. So porcelain. So all these things you can have, and yeah, of course, this cup I usually have on the channel. We have the 7 immortals from the Chinese mythology. So you can find your own teacup, see what suits you. You don't need to have a ritual or anything like that. When I meditate, I usually have a cup of tea besides me, for example. So that was some examples on teas I drink. As I said, I drink oolong, I drink green tea, and I drink pu'er tea. So I only explain pu'er tea because I think that was the most unusual to you. I'm not sure about oolong. You could say it's between black and green, and I talked a little bit about oolong too. So I'm not a tea expert in that sense, as I'm very engaged when it comes to all things I talk about the channel. Tea I just enjoy. I realized that Quickpen, he likes tea a lot in Malazan Book of the Fallen. Also the soldiers drink a lot of tea. So tea is important in the storytelling of fantasy and mythology, and maybe also sci-fi then. So just give me your thoughts on what teas do you drink? Was it something you were surprised of to hear? Are you interested to hear more about the teas? There are literature about tea, and it's connected, as I said, to Zen, but also to Taoism, and I can make some videos on that if you are interested to hear that. So until next time, I wish you a great day. This is a beautiful late summer day in Sweden. I will make one more recording later today. invited to some Okie Dokie channel. It's a difficult name. You will understand what this one is released later today. And maybe a Malas and Lore video I will try to record later, but it will be released during the week. So until next time, drink tea. If you're a coffee drinker, of course, continue to drink coffee. I can't drink coffee because I get worried and restless of coffee, so I'm absolutely a tea drinker. So until next time, bye.